Yo, what's going on, guys? It's Houston Sports Talk back into the video today, and today the Houston Astros lose badly to the Tampa Bay Rays in the final game of a 3-game series. And, yeah, I mean, some tough losses for the Astros in this series. Lost 8-2 in a game where, I know maybe some fans might say that this game for the Astros was the normal 10-plus run curse coming, into handy. But, really, the Astros hitting wasn't bad today. I would think that, what was bad today for the Astros was pitching, number one, some fielding issues, too, because the Astros, just fielding-wise, were not great at all. And that was one issue. I mean, they were hitting the ball good. They had double-digit hits today, had 10 hits. Were not able to score runs when they got the chances to with scorers and runners position. They had 10 hits today and only scored 2 runs on those 10 hits. And pitching was bad. Our fielding was bad, which, costed us runners on base for the Rays, and even at times runs for the Rays as well. And just a tough loss for the Astros, and especially when we just saw the Rangers get swept by the Padres, and we're still 1 game back. If we would have been able to take, I'm not saying we would have been able to, sweep the Rays, because I don't even think that's possible. I think in some universe it could happen, but if we were able to take one of the games we dropped to the Rays, we would be leading into, we would be going into, Monday leading the American West. I mean the AL West, and that's just something tough that we had the chance to potentially take the lead of the AL West with the Rays. I mean with the Rangers dropping 3 games against the Padres, getting swept by the Padres, while we lost a 3-game series to the Rays 2-1. Like I said, offense wasn't terrible today. The only problem was scoring runs. Pitching was bad, and we made some fielding mistakes as well. Only had 1 error. I think there was at one point it was supposed to be 2, but then I think they took it away. But yeah, tough game for the Astros today. And also not only that, but Kendall Graveman pitched today, making his Astros debut again after the Astros traded Corey Lee, top 5 prospect, for Kendall Graveman. Second time the Astros have traded for Kendall Graveman. 2021 trade deadline, the Astros traded for Rafael Montero and Kendall Graveman, who actually Montero pitched today in the 9th inning for the Astros and did really solid. Got Graveman and Montero, and in return, the Astros gave up Abraham Toro, and also gave up Joe Smith in that trade. But the thing is that Graveman was a free agent that year. Graveman was going into free agency that year, and he left us for the White Sox. But actually, what we have learned recently in the last couple of days, which I actually had no idea, and I don't even know if other Astros fans had any idea, that Graveman actually said that he was actually really close to returning to Houston, but then signed the deal with the White Sox. But it sucks. It sucks that that we weren't able to re-sign him, but at least we have him back now. Hate that we had to give up Corey Lee, but I think Yander Diaz is the catcher of the future for the Astros. But yeah, 8-2's final score, 12 hits for the Rays, 10 for the Astros. Both teams had 1 error again, just like yesterday. So 2 errors in the ballgame. Gwynn goes to Littell, the starting pitcher. He's 1-2 in the season. Pitched 5 innings, gave up 8 hits, 2 earned runs, 4 strikeouts, 0 walks. Loss goes to Brandon Bielak. He's 5-6 on the season. 5 innings pitched, 8 hits given up, 3 earned runs, 4 strikeouts, 3 walks. Really bad day for Brandon Bielak. First inning, Rays scored a couple of runs on some mishaps on Bielak's end. Gave up a couple walks in the first inning. Then an error by Jose Abreu scores the first run. Eventually, they get the bases loaded. That play got the bases loaded because Lowe went to second. Rayleigh was safe at first on the fielding error. Lowe went to second, and Franco went to third. Bases get loaded on that play, which could have been a double play if Jose Abreu makes the play. And instead, Josh Lowe comes up to the plate, double to right. Franco scored. Clear RBI, cleared the bases with a 3 RBI double. Lowe scored, Rayleigh scored, Franco scored. It's 4-0. Fourth inning, the Rays tag on two more. Diaz single to left. Siri scored. Pinto to third. It's 5-0. Fourth inning, Lowe single to left. Pinto scored. Diaz to third. It's 6-0. Fifth inning, the Astros get some runs. The Astros get it started with Altuve and Pena. When in the fifth inning, Altuve hits a single to center, and then Jeremy Pena would hit a single to center as well with a couple runners on. And then after that, I think Alex in the fifth would ground. Alex. No, not Alex. I don't know what happened next, but I think maybe there was a no. It was just a yeah. It was just they were still in first and second, and then fifth inning, Kyle Tucker doubled to left. Altuve scored. Pena to third. It's 6-1. Pena's still at third. Bregman knocks him in. Ground out to shortstop. Pena scored at 6-2. Then Brandon Lowe ends off his solid day. With a home run to right, 379 feet. Franco scored, and he finished with a 2-run home run and a RBI single with 3 RBIs to make that final score 8-2. Jose Altuve with his best game since coming back. I mean, yes, he hit a home run yesterday, but at the same time, it was off of a pinch hitter, Pinto, their catcher, one of their catchers. So Altuve's been struggling a little bit since he came back. He hit a triple on Friday. He was 0 for 4 or 0 for 5 on Thursday when he came back. Yeah, it was 0 for 3 or 0 for 5 on Thursday. Friday hit a triple, but that was it. And then yesterday hit his home run, but at the same time after the home run, struck out 3 times, was 1 for 5. Today was, I think, the first game Altuve's really starting to now, get back into, playing baseball form again. I mean, 3 singles today. First inning single to right, third inning single to center, fifth inning single to center. Altuve's definitely back and was hitting the ball amazing today. Just sucks that the Astros weren't able to pull off the win. Greg Kistner would take a pinch hitting at bat in the ninth inning, and would fly out to center for the Astros. Jeremy Pena, it's another solid day. Has been really solid in this series. Continues to do that as this series ends. Third inning single to left, fifth inning single to center. Altuve to second, scored a run in the ball game. Kyle Tucker, after really being the only guy that was in the lineup yesterday, that was terrible. Everybody in the lineup was having a good time yesterday besides Kyle Tucker. Tucker went 0 for 6 yesterday when the Astros scored 17 runs on 17 or 18 hits. And today, Kyle Tucker got to get a hit today, 1 for 3 for Tucker, double to left. Altuve scored, Pena to third, RBI for Kyle Tucker. And I believe that is Kyle Tucker's 70th RBI this season as well. Corey Julks had a pinch at bat for Kyle Tucker and moved to left field for the Astros. Eighth inning, lined out to third in his only at bat. Alex Bregman was 1 for 4 as well with a single to left in the eighth inning. And also had an RBI ground out in the fifth inning. Air Jordan in the eighth inning hit a single to center, Bregman to second, and I think that carries on his on base streak. He continues to get that on base streak going. I believe I don't know if on base streak continues even if you're on the injured list, but I'm pretty sure he's had that all season. I'm pretty sure every game he's played this season, he's reached base this year. But great there for you, Air Jordan getting a single to keep that on base streak alive. Abreu, after being amazing in these first 2 games, was 3 for 3 yesterday, reaching base every single time, a 3-run home run as well. First game of the series, hit a home run. A 2-run home run, 5 RBIs in the series was great. Not so much today. Was 0 for 4. Second inning reached first base on the fielding error by pitcher Littell, but that was it for Jose going 0 for 4. Tough day for Jose, but at the same time, he was great for the Astros in the first 2 games of this series. Chas McCormick was 1 for 4 today. Fourth inning, he had a single to left, but that was it for Chas. And then Mauricio Dubon was 1 for 4 as well, single to right. Abreu to second in the second inning. And then Martin Maldonado was 0 for 4. I kind of like the lineup that Dusty Baker went to today. Besides Maldonado being in there, I know it didn't work out for the Astros offense, but at the same time, this is an offense that was coming off of scoring 17 runs. But I like the idea of putting Mauricio Dubon at center field and putting McCormick at left field and DHing Jordan. I like that lineup idea because Dubon gets to be able to be in the lineup for the Astros. Jolks has not been good recently. He's really not doing good at all. And even if you put Yanner Diaz in that lineup, it's an amazing lineup for the Astros. Everybody still gets to play for Houston. I mean, Altuve is playing at second base. First base, Abreu's playing at first. Third is Bregman. Shortstop is Pena. Catcher is Yanner Diaz. Left field is Chas McCormick or Yordan Alvarez. And they switch between left field and DH as of for right now. Center field is Mauricio Dubon, and right field is Kyle Tucker. I believe that is the best lineup the Houston Astros can use. But yeah, enough of talking about the hitting because they were terrible this year. I mean they're terrible. They were terrible today. Let's go over the rest of the Astros pitching. Phil Maton pitched the 6th and 7th inning, gave up 3 hits, 2 earned runs, 1 walk, and 2 strikeouts. Not good. He's not been good since the All-Star break, or even before the All-Star break. Hopefully he's able to, potentially, get start pitching better soon. But Kendall Graveman is back, and he pitched in the 8th inning for the Astros. He gave up 1 hit and 1 walk. I mean, it's his first game back. He did get a strikeout as well. Had to get his groove back, but at the same time, I thought it was solid. I thought Kendall Graveman did really solid in his first game back. Got the job done in 11 pitches. 5 of his 11 pitches were strikes. I thought Graveman was doing really well. It's just for a minute, it took him a little, a couple batters to, get comfortable, and excited to see what Kendall Graveman does the rest of the season for the Astros, and beyond that, because he has multiple years left on his contract. Then Montero would pitch in the 9th inning, and another good outing for Montero. He continues to pitch better for the Astros. And he pitched the 9th, had a strikeout, 0 hits given up, 0 walks given up, 0 earned runs given up. And his ERA has gone down all the way to 6, which is terrible. But at the same time, his ERA has dropped almost down 1. His ERA has dropped down 7, from 7 to 6. And his last 6 outings have been amazing. He's pitched, I think in his last 6 outings, he's pitched over 7 innings and has only given up like 2 or 3 runs. And he's only given up, I think he's given up like 4 or 5 hits and like 3 walks or 3 or 4 walks, and has a lot of strikeouts as well. I think he has a good 7 or 8 strikeouts in his last 7 innings as well. So he's been way better of his, in his last recent, couple outings, his last 6 outings, he's been amazing for the Astros. So it's good, to see him, starting to pitch better. He's been doing that for, before the All-Star break. He's been doing that. This started the game before the All-Star break against not the Colorado Rockies. This started for Montero the game before the All-Star break against the Mariners, and hopefully he's able to keep this thing going because he's pitching well right now. But that's it for the video and post-game. That's it for the video, and peace out. Go Astros.